At the UNGA address, French President Emmanuel Macron has now backed India's inclusion in a reformed UNSC. Listen in.
So, let's make the UN more efficient. Firstly, perhaps making them more representative. And that's why France, as I reiterate here, is in favour of the Security Council being expanded. Germany, Japan, India, Brazil should be permanent members, much like two countries that Africa will decide to represent them. These new elected members will also need to be accepted. But the reform of the composition of the Security Council is not sufficient alone to make...
All right, so there you heard it. Let's quickly play out that soundbite once again, if we can, of Emmanuel Macron.
Interest. Well, that's still the case. Won't be able to make progress. Is there a better system? I don't think so. So, let's make the UN more efficient. Firstly, perhaps making them more representative. And that's why France, as I reiterate here, is in favour of the Security Council being expanded. Germany, Japan, India, Brazil should be permanent members, much like two countries that...
My colleague Brian with us on the broadcast. Brian, France now backing firstly reform of the UNSC and also stating that India along with Germany, Japan, Brazil need to be given a permanent position.
Well, Devika, definitely. Now you talk about, during the very address also at the 79th United Nations General Assembly that happened in New York. Now French President Emmanuel Macron definitely expressed strong support for India's inclusion as a permanent member of the reformed UN Security Council. Now, Devika, it's very important to note as well that Macron has also backed the candidacies of Brazil, Germany, Japan and even two African nations, calling for a more representative and efficient Security Council. He goes on to even state that he goes on to say that to make UN more efficient, one needs to make it more representative, and that's why France is in favor of expanding the Security Council. And he even emphasized that Germany, Japan, India and Brazil should become permanent members alongside two African countries that was chosen by the continent. And even the issue of equitable representation in the UNSC has also been a topic of debate since which goes long back, since 1979. But there have been calls for reforms that have intensified in recent years. And even the failure of the Council to pass resolutions to halt conflicts like you talk about the Russia-Ukraine war has raised questions also about the relevance of the veto power held by some permanent members. And even now India's push for a permanent seat on the Security Council has also garnered backing from several nations, including the US. However, yes, China, on the other hand, has consistently opposed the move. And as part of the G4 group alongside Brazil, Germany and Japan,
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.